Hey, it's Chris here with an April wrap-up and a May TBR. So I only read one book in April, and it was an audiobook, and I finished it on the last day of April. So that happened. I mean, this past month, I was kind of busy with, like, job stuff, and, like, also, I recently became a moderator for an LGBT Twitch streamer. If anyone, like, go follows Twitch and, like, watch video game streamers, someone asked me to be their moderator for the channel, so I've been doing that every day that they stream, which has been really fun and stuff. I also streamed a little bit of video game stuff on Twitch, but like it was like really bad because I tried to do it from a laptop, which just sucked. But yeah, so it was a busy month, but I did finish my book. And it was a book that I was supposed to read back in October, and then I tried to read it in December, and then I also tried to read it in February, and I finally finished it, and that was As I Descended by Robin Talley. I think this book was a lot better for me on audiobook, and I'm really glad I attempted an audiobook after failed attempts of reading it physical copy, because I did enjoy the story. It is a Macbeth retelling, it's a queer Macbeth retelling, and there's a lot of things I liked about the story, but then I had some issues with it, and then I was trying to figure out where I stood on the story. I'm going to have a full written review of it up on my blog, probably either later this week or early next week. I've already started writing it. I'm just trying to piece together all my thoughts on it. It's been a little bit difficult. There are definitely some things about the story that I just didn't like, but I really like some of the changes that were made in the story. Like, for instance, the character that represents Banquo and the character that represents Macduff being a couple was really interesting. And yeah, it's like I said, it's a queer retelling. So Lady Macbeth is Lily, and Macbeth is Maria. And I thought they were very interesting characters to follow throughout this. Lady Macbeth is one of my favorite characters ever, probably. One of my things that was a knockdown for this book was I didn't follow in Lily's character as much in that way. This book does have characters with disabilities, though, which I thought was really interesting. Another interesting thing that I didn't know about the story going into it. And so that was another element that I did like. There was something different in the story. Some of the pacing was a little off, and I don't know if I'm just remembering Macbeth pacing wrongly or something. So I was looking at that and I actually think that some of the changes that were made for the retelling made the pacing a bit off. But I still enjoyed the story. It's going to be a 3 or 4 star. It's right in between right now. I haven't rated it on Goodreads yet. But I will have that review up on my blog sometime later this week or next week. And I will have a rating up on Goodreads too at the same time. So yeah, that's a mess. People have been asking me what I thought about it because they thought I read it before, and yeah, who knows? After I get my written review out and I get my thoughts out, I might do a full video review. I just need to like organize my thoughts, essentially, which I plan on doing. As for the TBR, there's a lot of things I might read. There's a lot. I want to kick myself in gear this month with some reading. I actually already started something, and that is Honestly Ben. It is the book for Gay YA's book club for this week. I need to finish it by Friday. I have it on audiobook, and I've listened to a couple hours of it on audiobook, so I'm probably just going to, like, marathon it going into Friday. Like, I've done some audiobooks in the past where I just, like, listen to it all day tomorrow, probably, because I should be free all day tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday. I'm going to be listening to it all Thursday and probably early Friday, and hopefully I'll finish it in time for the book club. Honestly Ben is the sequel to Openly Straight, which is a book over there on my shelf, following the character of Ben, and I'm pretty sure Ben's bisexual, and so there's not a lot of books, and even in LGBT books, that follow bisexual male characters, and so that's going to be really interesting, and I'm really excited to see how the story progresses from the end of Openly Straight. So, and I like it so far. In the first kind of bit of reading that I've listened to it of, I do like it so far, so I'm really excited for that. Some fast reads that I want to do. I want to finish Volume 3 of The Runaways. I think it's time for me to go ahead and tackle this and knock it right out of the box. I think it's just time for me to do that. A Girl on the Shore, which is a manga that is, I'm pretty sure, some type of dramatic romance. It was lent to me by a friend. I mentioned it in my borrowed videos thing. And the other book that he lent to me is a book I want to read this soon too, Goodnight Pun Pun, because I really want to see if I like this so I can go ahead and borrow the second volume from him, because he has all of them at his house. So if I like this, I can pick up the second volume from him. So I'm going to try to finish those in the next week too, because I think I'm going to see him next Friday, possibly. It looks like either next Friday or the Friday after, because he'll be coming to the show that my boyfriend's putting on. So I will try to read those by then. I would love to read this book, but I probably won't because it's one of the books I would need to get to. But I've been on a very queer films kick. There's a lot of queer films in my queer film series that I'm going to be talking about soon. And this film, this book, The Money to Burn, is based, made the movie Burnt Money, which is one of my top 50 queer films that hasn't come up yet. And so I've been like in a queer films kick, and then I watched that movie again, and now I kind of really want to read the book. So hopefully I can get to it this month, but I probably won't be able to be honest. Two other books that I would love to get to. One is for a book club. It is Ready Player One. I tried Ready Player One a long time ago, and I didn't like it that much. So I stopped reading it. Like, I don't know how many pages in. I don't know. But I'm trying it again because there's a Twitch group with there's an LGBT streamer named AJ Polidio, I think, and he has a Discord channel, and he started a book club of just like people who are like into video games and also books. And so we're going to be reading Ready Player One for the first book, and I have it. Ready Player One is ready for me to pick up from my library right now. I'm probably going to go pick that up in a couple of days because I'm also getting the book The Hate U Give at my library. It's currently in transit to my library. When that book arrives at my library, I'm going to go pick up The Hate U Give and Ready Player One. And I'm also hopefully going to be taking some books back so that I don't have over 20 books out from the library at the same time. Because, yeah, but The Hate U Give I've had on hold for so long. When I saw that it was in transit to my library, I was so excited that I'm finally going to get it. I'm going to definitely try to read, I'm going to have to read that within 3 weeks of me taking it out because there's no way I'm going to be able to renew it. So The Hate U Give is also tentatively on my TBR for May. So, there you go. Yeah. But that's a lot of books, and hopefully I can actually read some of them, even with my busy schedule. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll pick some more things out on audiobook. I feel like I get through audiobooks rather quickly on my days off, where I just kind of like have time to listen to audiobooks, so hopefully I'll be doing that. But I also need to get a lot of writing done this month. I'm trying to do another draft of a novel that I'm working on, and so who knows what's going to happen. We'll see. Wish me luck on my reading this month. I hope you all have a great reading month. And I will definitely have that As I Descended write-up done as soon as I can get all of my thoughts into proper paragraphs that make sense without spoiling anything. But when it's done, I will have a review at vigilantereads.wordpress.com, which is in the description box down below. And I will also link it out on my Twitter account if you want to follow me on Twitter, which is also Vigilante Reads currently, even though I'm trying to get Chris Vigilante on Twitter because the person who has it has never used it, and I'm going to try to get it. But right now it's Vigilante Reads, so you guys can follow me on Twitter if you want to. All of my social stuff is in the description box down below. Please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel for more books, movies, and music that I'll be talking about on this channel from here on out, and like always, that's what I always do. I might even add tea in there sometimes, probably. If it's queer, we'll see. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever. Life. Anyway, I've been talking way too long for a video where I only read one book in April. Yeah. I'll see you all next time. Bye.